exploring the hidden lives of Hollywood stars reveals a complex web of secrets and bold choices. Marilyn Monroe's intimate connection with Joan Crawford and Greta Garbo's long-standing bond with Marlene Dietrich are just a few glimpses into a world where true identities were often cloaked in silence. The glitz and glamour of Tinseltown obscured the struggles many faced. Countless celebrities felt the weight of societal expectations, forcing them to conceal their sexual orientations. While today's actors are increasingly open about their identities, history paints a different portrait. Many stars navigated their careers under the burden of secrecy, risking everything to maintain a facade that would protect their livelihoods. The stories of those who lived in the shadows stand testament to the challenges they encountered, serving as both a reflection of past constraints and a precursor to the ongoing evolution of acceptance in the entertainment industry. Greta Garbo is known as one of the greatest actresses in film history. She gained fame during the silent film era and into the golden years of talkies. Over her career, she became a symbol of glamour and sophistication. Her performances were powerful, capturing deep emotions. However, what made her even more intriguing was her private nature. Garbo was famously elusive when it came to her personal life. She avoided public appearances and rarely spoke about her feelings or relationships. Rumors circulated about her intimate associations, particularly with women. Many believe that her close friendships with several prominent women suggested romantic involvement. This speculation only added to her allure. As a result, fans and historians alike have continued to wonder about the truth behind her feelings and interactions. Despite her fame, her desire for privacy established her as a true enigma in Hollywood. Even today, her legacy endures, captivating audiences who seek to understand both her artistry and her complex personal life. Rock Hudson captured the hearts of many as a leading man in the 1950s. He starred in romantic films opposite some of Hollywood's most glamorous actresses, creating an image of a perfect romance on screen. However, behind the facade of his Hollywood persona lay a secret life that few knew about. Rock Hudson was a closeted gay man, and this part of his identity was hidden from the public for most of his life. In an effort to silence ongoing rumors about his sexuality, he married Phyllis Gates in 1955. This marriage was largely seen as a cover, rather than a genuine romantic partnership. His personal life remained a closely guarded secret until the very end. Hudson never came out publicly as gay, a common struggle for many actors of his time who feared that honesty could jeopardize their careers. Unfortunately, his secret life took a tragic turn when he became one of the first major public figures to die from AIDS-related complications in 1985, bringing attention to the disease and its impact on the LGBTQE community. Growing up in the early 20th century, Walter Pidgeon became one of Hollywood's well-known actors, appearing in many memorable films. His charm and talent won over audiences, making him a popular figure during his time. However, behind the scenes, he was part of Hollywood's hidden gay community. Many actors of that era lived dual lives, and Pidgeon was no exception. While he cultivated a public image that emphasized traditional masculinity and romance, his private life often included relationships with men. This aspect of his life was largely kept away from the public eye, as it was not socially acceptable at the time for actors to express their true selves openly. Pidgeon's ability to maintain this secretive life highlights the struggles faced by many in the entertainment industry who had to hide their identities for fear of damaging their careers. His relationships, though kept from the media, were significant in shaping who he was as a person. The contrast between his public persona and personal experiences demonstrates the complexities of fame and the pressures that come with it. While Walter Pidgeon enjoyed a successful career, the closeted nature of his real life sheds light on a different side of Hollywood, where many actors navigated their roles while grappling with their true selves. Perhaps the story serves as a reminder of the many hidden lives that contributed to the glamour of Hollywood's golden age and the lasting impact of societal norms on personal identities. Throughout his career, Paul Lynde made a significant impact on American television and film, recognized for his unmistakable campy persona. Many loved him for his sharp wit and flamboyant characters, yet his true self remained hidden behind a mask. Struggling with his sexuality, Lynde faced constant pressure to conform to societal norms of the time, which left him feeling frustrated and trapped. His fans often viewed his vibrant performances as mere entertainment, not knowing they were a reflection of his internal conflict. The disconnection between his public persona and private life created a deep sense of isolation for him. Despite his success in Hollywood, The pressure to maintain this facade wore heavily on him. Tragically, Lin passed away in 1982 from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy that challenged notions of identity. His story resonates as a reminder of the complexities faced by many who live in the shadows, striving for understanding in an often unaccepting world. Ramon Novarro, a famous silent film star, faced a deep conflict between his Catholic upbringing and his identity as a homosexual. Born in 1899 in Mexico, he became known for his striking features and was among the first Latin stars in Hollywood. Although he had a successful career, the pressures of fame made it difficult for him to live openly as a gay man. He often felt trapped between his public persona and his private life, leading to a life filled with inner turmoil. As societal norms of the time condemned homosexuality, Novarro kept his true self hidden from the world. His life took a tragic turn in 1968 when he was murdered in his home, a crime that stemmed from the societal homophobia he faced. His death shocked many and highlighted the dangers faced by LGBTQ individuals in a society still struggling with acceptance. Ramon's legacy remains a reminder of the personal battles fought in the shadows of an industry that demanded conformity. Throughout Laurence Olivier's life, discussions around his sexuality brought attention to both his public persona and personal relationships. Biographers have explored the idea that he had romantic connections with both men and women, raising questions about his true sexual orientation. Despite having 3 marriages, his relationships with women did not silence the ongoing rumors about potential affairs with men. This complex web of relationships paints a multifaceted portrait of a man who excelled in acting yet faced scrutiny over his private life. Many who knew Olivier or studied his life have reflected on how society's views influenced how he presented himself publicly. The tension between his remarkable talent as an actor and the whispers surrounding his personal life created an intriguing narrative filled with both admiration and controversy. His ability to navigate these challenges while maintaining a successful career has sparked debate about the pressures faced by public figures regarding their sexuality. The legacy that Olivier left behind continues to invite discussion. Barbara Stanwyck stands out as a beloved Hollywood star known for her fierce performances and enduring legacy. While she was celebrated for her roles on screen, her personal life held layers of intrigue. Relationships with women, including a notable connection with her publicist, reflect complexities in her romantic life. These relationships were often concealed, as Stanwyck navigated the expectations of Hollywood during a time when being openly gay was fraught with challenges. Her marriages are frequently described as lavender marriages, a term used to denote unions that served more as a shield for those within the LGBTQ community to navigate social and professional pressures. Through these arrangements, Stanwyck maintained a public persona that aligned with societal norms, while privately exploring connections with women. The duality of her public and private selves highlights the struggles of many in Hollywood's golden age. Stanwyck's legacy invites a deeper understanding of the personal battles faced by those behind the glamour of the silver screen. Liberace never openly identified as gay during his lifetime, choosing instead to cultivate a glamorous public image. He often surrounded himself with beautiful young men, which drew speculation about his sexuality. When a journalist published an article suggesting he was gay, Liberace responded with a defamation lawsuit, insisting that the claims were false. Despite his legal battle, many of his close friends, including Betty White, confirmed that he was indeed gay. He maintained relationships with men, but publicly portrayed himself as a heterosexual, often appearing in flamboyant costumes and engaging in highly theatrical performances. This separation of his public persona from his personal life was common among celebrities of his time. Liberace's refusal to come out publicly reflects the challenges faced by LGBTQ individuals, particularly in the entertainment industry. He passed away in 1987 due to complications related to AIDS, further highlighting the stigma and secrecy that often surrounded gay identities back then. While Dirk Bogarde is known for many remarkable performances, he also was part of a significant aspect of Hollywood history related to sexuality. Throughout his career, he denied being gay in public, despite having long relationships with men. This reluctance to openly discuss his orientation reflected the social pressures of the era he lived in. Even though he carefully protected his privacy, many in Hollywood knew about his true nature, which created a complex layer to his public persona. While he played various roles, his off-screen life remained hidden. Friends and colleagues often spoke about his charm and talent, but conversations around his sexuality were often muted or avoided altogether. This behavior was not unique to him, but was shared by many in the industry who faced similar challenges. His legacy is marked by both his artistic contributions and the unspoken truths that left fans and critics guessing about his personal life. Bogart's story reveals the tension between public image and personal reality in a world where acceptance wasn't as widespread. Katharine Hepburn is remembered for her strong spirit and fierce independence. She often challenged traditional gender roles and showcased a unique blend of talent and charisma on screen. Throughout her life, rumors about her sexuality emerged, fueled by her close relationships with women. These connections were sometimes more than friendly, hinting at a deeper emotional bond. Her well-documented partnership with Spencer Tracy added another layer of complexity. Their relationship, while often considered a love story, was marked by secrets and the pressures of Hollywood's expectations. Tracy was a married man, and their affair was shrouded in the realities of the time, complicating their lives further. Hepburn's ability to navigate her public persona and personal truths was remarkable. Despite the whispers and speculation, she remained unapologetically herself, making significant contributions to film while living life on her own terms. Her legacy continues to inspire discussions about identity and acceptance in Hollywood and beyond. In Hollywood, Marilyn Monroe stands out as a dazzling figure, often remembered as the ultimate sex symbol. However, her personal life reveals layers that go beyond her glamorous image. Many speculate that she may have been lesbian or bisexual. Despite having 3 marriages, her relationships with women paint a different picture. Notably, her connections with prominent figures such as Elizabeth Taylor and Joan Crawford have sparked curiosity and discussions over the years. In an era when societal norms were strict, her ties to these women were often kept hidden, reflecting the challenges within the entertainment industry. The duality of her public persona and private life captures the complexity of sexual identity. Moreover, the allure and mystery surrounding her life continue to fascinate audiences, inviting a deeper examination of a woman who defied conventions. As such, Monroe's legacy is not only about her films or beauty, but also about the intricate relationships that she navigated in a time of rigid expectations and secrecy. Elizabeth Scott's career saw a sudden and drastic change when Confidential magazine published information about her relationships with women. This exposure was not only shocking for her fans, but also severely impacted her career in Hollywood. Although she took legal action against the magazine to protect her reputation, the fallout was profound. After this incident, Elizabeth vanished from the public eye and Hollywood's glamorous spotlight. Her talent as an actress was overshadowed by the scandal, and many believe that the environment of the time contributed significantly to her decline. The risk of losing work and facing public criticism made it extremely difficult for her to recover. As such, she became a symbol of how personal lives can intersect painfully with professional ambitions, particularly for those in the LGBTQ community. Many fans wonder what could have been had she been able to continue her career without such obstacles. The legacy of her talent remains, though overshadowed by the events that led to her discreet exit from Hollywood. Spencer Tracy, one of Hollywood's biggest stars, navigated the complex landscape of fame while hiding his relationships with men. Living in an era where societal and religious pressures loomed large, he felt it necessary to maintain a public persona that conformed to the expectations of the time. While Tracy had a legendary long-standing affair with actress Katharine Hepburn, this relationship was but one part of his private life. Despite their deep connection, which included numerous films together, speculation surrounded Tracy's personal life. Rumors circulated regarding his involvement in same-sex relationships, adding layers to his already intriguing character. Tracy's ability to portray a range of emotions on screen allowed him to captivate audiences, though it also masked the truth of his private struggles. As Hollywood evolved, so did the conversations about sexuality, yet Tracy's ability to blend his public and private personas remains a point of fascination. His legacy endures as both a brilliant actor and a figure of hidden complexities in an era not yet ready to embrace the full spectrum of human relationships. Robert Reed kept his sexuality hidden from the public, navigating his career amid the pressures of a society that was not accepting of homosexuality. While he gained fame for his role as Mike Brady on The Brady Bunch, those closest to him were aware of his private life. Reed's choices highlighted the struggles many faced during a time when being openly gay could lead to professional and personal repercussions. He maintained a carefully crafted image, which concealed his true self from the media and fans. Over the years, his lifestyle reflected an effort to fit into societal norms, masking his identity in a world that judged those who were different. Despite the challenges, Reed stayed true to his colleagues in private, forming deep connections with those who understood the complexities of his life. He later faced significant health issues, testing HIV positive. Ultimately, Reed's battle with colon cancer ended his life, marking a poignant chapter in the history of Hollywood's openly gay figures. Randolph Scott spent many years in Hollywood during a time when personal relationships were often shrouded in mystery. His deep bond with Cary Grant raised eyebrows and sparked conversations among fans and fellow actors. They shared a home and a close connection for more than a decade, leading many to consider them a couple. While neither Scott nor Grant ever publicly confirmed their relationship, it became something of an open secret within Hollywood circles. Their life together was characterized by companionship and shared interests, which often invited speculation about their sexuality. Many who knew them remarked on their strong friendship. However, the culture of the time discouraged public discussions of such matters, leaving their true relationship ambiguous. Despite the lack of formal acknowledgement, their closeness painted a vivid picture of affection and partnership. In a world that often prioritized image over truth, Scott and Grant's relationship remains a fascinating topic, highlighting the complex interplay of friendship and love in the spotlight of a judgmental industry. Cary Grant lived a life filled with glamour and intrigue. He is often remembered for his charm and timeless elegance as one of Hollywood's greatest leading men. Yet, behind the scenes, there was much speculation about his personal life, particularly regarding his sexuality. Despite being married 5 times, he often found himself at the center of rumors and gossip about whether he might be gay. One of the most notable aspects of his life was his long-term relationship with actor Randolph Scott. They shared a home for over 10 years, which sparked considerable debate among fans and critics alike. Many wondered if their close bond was romantic in nature. However, Cary Grant's daughter sought to dispel these rumors in her autobiography, asserting that her father's relationships were misunderstood. This interplay of public admiration and private uncertainty makes Cary Grant a fascinating figure in Hollywood's history. Over the years, he has remained an enigmatic symbol of allure, talent, and mystery, leaving the questions about his true self largely unanswered. Tyrone Power became known as a Hollywood sex symbol during the golden age of cinema. He had a distinctive charm that captivated audiences and producers alike. Power's on-screen presence made him a leading man, and his good looks helped him thrive in the film industry. While he often portrayed virile characters, there was more complexity to his personal life. Throughout his life, he had relationships with both men and women. However, his connections with men were not widely known or discussed at the time. Society's expectations in the 1940s and 1950s often pressured public figures to maintain a certain image, which made it difficult for Power to be open about his feelings. As a result, his relationships with men remained more private than those with women, even though they were significant in his life. Despite the constraints of the era, Power's legacy endures, and his story represents the complexities of identity and desire in Hollywood. Raymond Burr was a talented actor known for his strong screen presence and captivating performances. Throughout his career, he created a fictional narrative about having a wife and children, even though these family members were never real. This approach allowed him to keep his private life hidden from public scrutiny, as he worked hard to maintain a certain image in Hollywood. Burr's stories about his personal life were elaborate, serving as a shield against speculation about his sexuality. His ability to craft this facade indicated a deep desire for privacy in an industry that often pried into personal details. Despite his efforts to keep his true identity concealed, Burr passed away in 1993, and only after his death did the truth about his life and sexuality come to light. This revelation changed the way fans and critics viewed him, as it highlighted the complexities of living authentically in a time when such truths were not easily accepted. Burr's story remains a notable part of Hollywood history. Marlene Dietrich was a prominent actress known for her charm and talent. Throughout her career, she was open about her bisexuality, forming relationships with both men and women. This openness was rare for her time, allowing her to stand out in Hollywood. Dietrich's life was steeped in glamour, as she often played seductive and powerful roles on screen. Beyond her acting, she held strong political beliefs, using her platform to speak against the Nazis and support the Allies during World War II. Her attitudes toward sexuality were also groundbreaking, as she challenged societal norms and embraced her true self unapologetically. Many admired her style, and her unique persona influenced countless artists. Her life reflects a blend of artistry and courage, making her an iconic figure in both film and LGBTQ history. Dietrich's legacy continues to inspire discussions about identity and acceptance in the entertainment industry, shining a light on the complexities of love and desire. Richard Pryor was a groundbreaking comedian, an actor who became famous for his honest, raw humor and sharp social commentary. In his autobiography, he openly discussed his bisexuality, revealing relationships with men, one of the most notable being Marlon Brando. This candidness shocked many in Hollywood, yet it also resonated with numerous fans who appreciated his authenticity. His family members later confirmed these stories, adding weight to his narrative and illustrating his complex personal life. Pryor's journey through love and relationships was marked by a refusal to conform to societal expectations, paving the way for discussions about sexuality in the entertainment industry. His openness created a space for others to express their truths, challenging the stigma surrounding bisexuality and bringing greater visibility to LGBTQ experiences. The stories he shared were not just about his identity, but also about breaking barriers in comedy and film. His legacy continues to inspire artists to live their truth boldly. Gossip about Clark Gable's love life has lingered through the years, especially regarding his sexuality. Although he was married several times and had well-known relationships with women, many have speculated about his sexual orientation. Some believed he might not have been entirely straight. The whispers grew louder when rumors surfaced about an older man who allegedly helped him gain fame early in his career. This connection raised eyebrows and led to various theories about Gable's private life. Despite his leading man status and heartthrob image on screen, the complexities of his personal life remained somewhat hidden. The public's curiosity continued, as Gable's charisma made it hard to ignore the contrast between his on-screen roles and personal rumors. His relationships with women may have created a facade, but they did not erase the speculation that lingered over his name throughout Hollywood history. Such doubt about his true self contributed to the ongoing intrigue around Clark Gable's legacy. James Dean, renowned for his iconic performances, especially in films like Rebel, Without a Cause, and Giant, carries a legacy marked by both talent and complexity. His rebellious characters resonated with a generation, yet behind the scenes, his personal life sparked much speculation. Rumors of his bisexuality circulated throughout his career, suggesting he formed romantic connections with both men and women. This aspect of his life added layers to his already mystique-filled persona, fascinating fans and critics alike. Notably, Elizabeth Taylor, who was a close friend of Dean, later confirmed insights into his sexuality, shedding light on an often overlooked part of his identity. This acknowledgement of his bisexuality contributes to the ongoing conversation about LGBTQ representation in Hollywood, especially during an era when such themes were rarely openly discussed. His life was tragically cut short in a car accident, but the memories of his artistry and the whispers of his personal relationships continue to intrigue many. The intersection of his celebrated career and complex personal life presents a portrait of a man whose legacy endures even as discussions around sexuality have evolved. The nature of his relationships reflects broader societal changes, illustrating the challenges and fluidity of identity in a time when being openly gay or bisexual was often met with resistance. Some view his story as a testament to the struggles faced by LGBTQ individuals in show business, making Dean a significant figure in understanding the history of representation in film. People still wonder how his sexuality may have impacted his work and the roles he chose, adding depth to his already storied life. Cesar Romero gained fame for his role as the Joker in the classic Batman television series. Over the years, he became a well-respected figure in Hollywood, known for his charm and talent. Behind the scenes, there were whispers and rumors about his personal life. Many people speculated that he had a long-term relationship with popular actor Tyrone Power. Despite these rumors, Cesar chose to remain a bachelor throughout his life. This decision led to a certain mystique around his sexuality. While he never publicly addressed these rumors, his sexuality was known among Hollywood circles. Those close to him acknowledged this aspect of his life without much fanfare. This aspect of Cesar's story reflects the complexities of being in the public eye, and how personal lives are often scrutinized and speculated upon. Through his work and relationships, Cesar Romero left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, making his legacy one of both talent and intrigue. Tallulah Bankhead was a remarkable figure in Hollywood history. Known for her striking presence and powerful voice, she captivated audiences on stage and screen. Her relationships with women were a significant part of her life, drawing both admiration and controversy. Bankhead's famous affairs included deep connections with notable stars like Greta Garbo and Billie Holiday. Her personality was as bold as her choices. She often pushed societal boundaries and was unapologetic about her desires. She lived in an era when such openness was rare, often challenging the expectations placed on women. Bankhead's charm and fierce independence made her a trailblazer, as she was unafraid to speak her mind on issues of love and sexuality. Her wit and flamboyance captivated her peers, making her a well-known figure in both theater and film. Through her relationships and unapologetic nature, Bankhead left a lasting mark on Hollywood, blending glamour with a rebellious spirit. Marlon Brando had romantic relationships with both men and women, which adds complexity to his legacy as an iconic actor. He was known primarily for his powerful performances and captivating presence on screen. While he was public about his relationships with women, like his high-profile connections to actresses, rumors about his affairs with men were persistent. Notably, one of the more discussed rumors involved comedian Richard Pryor. Their friendship raised eyebrows, leading many to speculate about a deeper bond beyond just friendship. Brando's openness about his sexuality was ahead of his time, as he operated in an industry that often sidelined such discussions. His charisma and talent made him a pioneering figure, influencing future generations of actors. He played pivotal roles in films such as A Streetcar Named Desire and The Godfather, showcasing his range as an actor. Yet, the whispers about his relationships remind us that Hollywood has often hidden various aspects of its stars' personal lives beneath the surface, reflecting societal attitudes toward sexuality at the time. Freddie Mercury kept his sexual orientation ambiguous throughout his life, creating intrigue and speculation among fans and the media alike. While he was known to date women, he shared a deep and lasting bond with Mary Austin, whom he called his common-law wife. Their relationship was significant, and he even left her a portion of his estate, indicating a lasting connection. Over the years, he revealed elements of his bisexuality, but often chose to maintain a level of privacy. Many people considered him openly gay due to his flamboyant stage presence and persona, but Mercury never fully embraced or analyzed his sexuality in public. He preferred to let his music speak for itself, rather than engage deeply in discussions about his personal life. His passing in 1991 from complications related to AIDS brought greater awareness to the disease and its impact on the LGBTQ community, further opening dialogues about sexuality and identity. His legacy endures through his artistry and the enigmatic persona he cultivated, leaving fans both fascinated and inspired. Anthony Perkins is recognized mainly for his iconic portrayal of Norman Bates in the classic film Psycho. His career was marked by a combination of talent and personal struggles, particularly regarding his sexuality. In the 1970s, he faced significant difficulties, leading him to explore conversion therapy in an attempt to change his sexual orientation. Despite marrying in 1973, he frequently battled with insecurities about his identity. His marriage did not fully resolve his internal conflicts. Perkins often felt the strain that came from maintaining a public image while wrestling with private truths. Tragically, he was diagnosed with HIV in the late 1980s, which ultimately led to his passing in 1992. His life and career highlight the complexities that many faced within Hollywood, particularly around issues of sexuality, acceptance, and the pressures of fame during a time when societal norms were both restrictive and unforgiving. Many remember him not only for his roles, but also for the hidden aspects of his life that reflect broader themes of struggle and acceptance in the entertainment industry. Although Laurence Olivier is best known for his remarkable acting career and contributions to theater and film, his personal life has also drawn significant interest. Biographers have explored his complex sexual orientation, suggesting that he had relationships with both men and women throughout his life. This aspect of his identity remained largely undisclosed, as Olivier was keenly aware of public perception and maintained a well-crafted image of heterosexuality. His reputation was carefully managed in an era when being openly gay could have catastrophic effects on an actor's career. Olivier's intimate friendships with male figures in the industry often sparked speculation and rumors, yet he never publicly acknowledged these relationships. Instead, he married 3 times and endeavored to project a traditional masculine persona. This duality in Olivia's life reflects the struggles many faced in a time when societal norms were rigid, making his experiences a significant part of Hollywood's historical narrative about sexuality. Olivia's legacy continues to be examined, shedding light on the complexities of personal identity and public persona in the world of acting, intertwining with broader discussions about the lives of other gay figures in Hollywood history. William Haines was a trailblazing figure in Hollywood history, becoming the first openly gay celebrity in an industry that enforced strict norms about sexuality. During his rise to fame in the 1920s, Haines captivated audiences with his charm and talent. Despite this, he faced immense pressure to conform, especially regarding his sexual orientation. Rather than hide who he was, he chose love over career, standing firm in his identity. His decision to be honest about his sexuality came at a cost. It led to a decline in his acting opportunities. Many studios were reluctant to work with him once he publicly acknowledged his orientation. However, Haines did not let this setback define him. Instead, he reinvented himself as a successful interior designer, where he found fulfillment and happiness. His eye for design and unique style earned him a respected place in that field. Unfortunately, Haines' life came to an end in 1973 when he succumbed to lung cancer. His legacy remains significant, as he paved the way for future generations of LGBTQ individuals in Hollywood. Charles Laughton, a renowned actor, had a complex personal life that intertwined with his professional career. While he was celebrated for his talents and roles in films, his sexuality was a topic of intrigue. His homosexuality was openly acknowledged by his wife, who was aware of the more private aspects of his life. Over the years, various biographers have claimed that Laughton harbored deep feelings for his colleague Tyrone Power, suggesting a romantic connection that remained largely hidden from the public. This relationship, however, did not alter the public facade that Laughton maintained. In a time when society was less forgiving of nonconformity, Laughton's public image was carefully curated. He became a master of navigating the dualities of his life, increasing his fame while concealing personal truths. His ability to embody diverse characters on screen may have mirrored the complexity of his own identity, allowing him to shine as an actor, while keeping much of his true self in the shadows. Laughton's story reflects the struggles many faced in Hollywood, where the pressure to conform often led to concealed identities and hidden relationships. Tab Hunter, known as Hollywood's All-American Boy, carved a successful career as a matinee idol in the 1950s. In a time when being openly gay could end a career, he maintained a public image that supported a heterosexual persona. While he starred in popular films and captivated audiences with his charm, he was secretly dating men, navigating a world that often demanded silence about personal truths. His experiences highlight the complexities of a gay man's life in show business during a conservative era. The industry's expectations made it difficult for individuals like him to live authentically. In his memoir, Tab Hunter candidly shared his journey, discussing the fear and isolation many faced, revealing the emotional toll of concealing one's identity. His story resonates with those who understand the struggle for acceptance and the challenges of living a dual life. Through his honesty, Tab not only opened up about his own life, but also brought light to the broader issues affecting countless gay men in Hollywood at the time. The revelations in his memoir have contributed to a greater understanding of the pressures within the entertainment industry, encouraging discussions about identity, acceptance, and the ongoing impact of societal norms on personal lives. While Patsy Kelly gained fame as a Hollywood comedian, she stood out for her boldness in acknowledging her relationships with women. Over time, she became more open about her sexuality, especially later in her career, which was quite brave given the era she lived in. Kelly lived with another actress, sharing her life and experiences in a way that reflected an authenticity not always seen in her time. Despite the entertainment industry's expectations, she chose not to marry, focusing instead on her career and her close relationships. This choice allowed her to navigate her personal life on her terms, resisting societal pressures to conform. Kelly's story echoes many others in Hollywood history who struggled between public personas and private truths. Her experiences highlight the complexities faced by those in the spotlight, especially in regard to love and identity. This narrative offers a glimpse into the struggles and triumphs of living openly, daring to embrace one's true self amid a world often eager to dictate otherwise. Montgomery Clift was an iconic actor known for his intense performances and troubled personal life. Although Elizabeth Taylor publicly acknowledged his sexuality, Clift chose to hide his relationships from the outside world. This secrecy stemmed from the pressures of Hollywood and the stigma surrounding being gay during his time. Despite his immense talent, he struggled deeply with addiction, turning to prescription drugs and alcohol as a means to cope with the burden of concealing his true self. Cliff's internal battles often manifested in his roles, giving his performances a raw depth that resonated with audiences. Yet, the constant strain of living in the shadows took a toll on him, leading to a tragic decline. His life came to an untimely end in 1966, resulting from complications related to his substance abuse. Montgomery Clift's story is a powerful reflection of the challenges faced by many in the spotlight, especially those grappling with their identity amidst societal constraints. In looking back at the hidden stories of these iconic stars, we see how much Hollywood has changed over the years. The pressures of fame, paired with societal views on sexuality, made it nearly impossible for many to live openly. While some found ways to express their truth through discreet relationships or subtle gestures, others had to hide their true selves entirely, often sacrificing happiness for the sake of their careers. These stars shaped Hollywood's golden age, but their personal struggles were often unseen, overshadowed by the glimmering world of fame. Today, we celebrate the progress made in acceptance, where actors are no longer forced to keep their identities hidden. However, it's important to remember the courage it took for those before us who lived through these challenges, as their stories continue to inspire and fuel the fight for greater equality in the entertainment industry and beyond.